Welcome to my virtual fire circle. This is in honor of the Aries New Moon, and it's an experiment. You're not seeing me because I'm trying to keep the camera on the fire. A new moon is a really good time for setting intentions. The Aries New Moon is especially powerful this year because its ruler, Mars, is still operating under the power of its conjunction yesterday with Pluto. The Lord of War met the Lord of Death, and all of Mars is our action. It's how we go about doing things in the world. I call it our cosmic first responder, our superhero. And with Mars still sharpened by its meeting with Pluto, a lot of things have come to the surface. I had foreseen this as a particularly violent aspect, and what I witnessed instead was a lot of people's darkest, worst fears coming out, and also a lot of fighting on a national level over resources and government allocations. So what I would like us to do, as I continue to stoke this fire, and I hope it will stay, what I'd like us to do is our own little ritual. And although with a new moon you set intentions, I am suggesting that for this one we start with some purging, because the purging is going to end up actually fueling the fire and fueling what's going on inside of us. So, assuming I get this fire going again, sorry it went, and you can imagine that it's a metaphoric fire if it in fact goes out, I would like for you to join me in dumping into this fire anything at all that you are scared about, frightened about, your sense of powerlessness over current conditions, fear of the economy, fear for older friends and relatives, lack of trust in government and elected officials, not knowing what is real, what is not real, any kind of thought you might have about there being unseen forces behind everything that's going on. Anything at all that has surfaced that is not comfortable, dump it into this fire. It will reignite in a minute. I am hopeful. Please, 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 please. And if this metaphor goes away, we're going to let the cauldron that we put in the earth a week or so ago be another receptacle for it. Anyway, just let and imagine that everything you're putting in here is becoming a fuel source that you can access. And once I get this going some more, so what we're going to do is you can continue to dump as we do this, and I have some concepts that I'm going to read that might help you come up with what you'd like to set for intentions for this moon cycle and beyond. Now, I will mention that whatever is going on now is going to last a lot longer than the normal moon cycle, which is 4 weeks, for a couple of reasons. The first one is this is the first new moon of the season. The equinox was just last week. And the second reason is there are a number of astrological aspects that are going to come back later this year and let's just say ignite what's going on right now. Again, in June, in the summer, Mars is going to enter the sign of Aries, and he's going to slam the points where he's been. And what we're going through now, we're basically going to be dealing with for the rest of the year. So I'm not saying lockdown, but the core issues. So if you think of setting intentions now, these are intentions that can keep going and going and going and going longer and more importantly than the fire that I've got going here. So here's some questions. These were posted by Rob Brezhny, and he got them from a man named Johnny Dwork. And think about these as you're coming up with the intentions that you would like to set for this new moon. How is this current crisis shifting my priorities? What have I not done yet in my life that I should really do? What is this crisis teaching me to learn quickly? And here's a biggie. What action plan do I need to make now? What? And if I can't do it all on my own, who can I enlist? There's a big element in this particular new moon having to do with wounds connected to authority, wounds connected to who we can trust, who we can rely on, the sense that we have to do everything for ourselves, or perhaps the fear that we had or belief that we had when we were young that we could not, in fact, do things for ourselves. I suggest to you that we are our own saviors right now. We are the ones that are going to make everything work. So think in terms of your life, in terms of what can you do right now? What is it that is within your power and to actually get moving on? And put those thoughts into intentions for what you would like to have develop in your life. And one intention might have, probably should have, something to do with devoting your time and energy to activities and aspects of your life that you now have realized are in fact priorities for you. For example, you've probably been eating differently, running a different schedule, doing different things, not running around, and you have a very different experience of time, of work, of schedule. So what have you figured out? What's really important? And put it in the positives, not the negatives. Not what do you want to get rid of, but what do you recognize now you really, 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 really want. So make an intention that has to do with goals, things you want to create, things you want to accomplish, what you want to do with your life, how you want to spend your time, how you treat your body. And bet that's been a lot different. Quality of the relationships you want. And as you think of these things, I'd like you to throw one more concept into it. This I heard from an astrologer named Pam Gregory, who got it from a woman named Lynn McTaggart. And that is, join me in this one, please. COVID-19 is already benign, and we are harmonizing with it. COVID-19 is already benign, and we are harmonizing with it. So, imagine that this fire is fuel for you, for your actions, what you know that you really, really, really need to, want to, have to do now. And allow the warmth and the power of the fire to seep into your essence and ignite within you and amplify your own life force. And imagine that it is filling your base chakra, your root chakra, survival, filling it, and then moving up to your second chakra, sexuality, and filling and enlivening it, and then moving up to your third chakra. Your power center, and then moving up to your heart center and filling and empowering it Oh, good. I just put the fire out. And going from there to your throat chakra. There it goes. There's still flame. Going from there, from your throat chakra to your third eye. And going from there, I am smoking myself out. I'm going up to your crown chakra, and you have this incredible firepower just burning and burning and burning through you, giving you the courage to do things with a boldness that you never have, an instinctiveness, a knowing of, yep, this is what I got to do, this is what I'm going to do, no longer overthinking things, no longer thinking in terms of, I can't do that. I tell you what, the world has stopped operating by the rules that we were brought up under, and we are not going to go back to those rules. So, come up with your own way and just go with your instincts. Go with your instincts. Do what you have to do. There is fuel within you. There is fuel in the energies in the sky that will get you going. And you can come back to this fire, because I'm going to save this video. And you can come back to the memory of the fire, since it seems to have gone to ash a lot earlier than I wanted it to. And I'm going to just do something very reckless, which fits. Let's see if that does anything, because we're being reckless right now. Nope, didn't do it. I thought it would. Anyway, we're going ahead. We're taking risks. So this is when you start to, this is a moment we go from, oh my God, what's going on? Sitting still. We're still going to sit still. We're still going to think about a lot of things. But now is when we start acting in whatever way we can, in whatever small, positive way we can. And here is your abiding image. I have a friend who lives in a fairly small place, usually works at home. His 5-year-old daughter and his husband are now at home too. And so they're underfoot, but he is teaching his daughter slowly, all kinds of kitchen craft, and helping her stay not just calm, but learn really good life skills. And he posts photos of her chopping carrots and arranging them ever so artfully in a bowl in a way I would never have the patience to do. She's touching the future in some way, in very small ways, seemingly, with really unexciting kitchen tools. And it's making a difference. And it is going to change this young girl's life. So, don't think that what you're doing isn't important. See what your instincts are and go with them. And I will comment. I'll deal with the comments once I stop this, because the way I have it set up, I can't see anything. I cannot see what you're saying. So thank you guys for being here. And I will save this. And I certainly need to invest in more matches, because I have cleared out my ancient match collection. I will tell you that I started with matches from the Russian tea room, which has as its symbol the tail of the firebird, which is the phoenix, which is what we all are right now. So, happy Aries New Moon. My forecast is at the Astro Insight Lounge. It's also on the Empowerment Unlimited Facebook page. It's also on my YouTube channel, Professional Aquarian. It's also on my site, Empowerment Unlimited. And if you haven't availed yourself of my talk about the equinox, it explains how this fits into everything and what's coming down the pike. for the whole second quarter 2020. Oh, look, look. Maybe we have more glowies. Is it going to turn into flame? No, it's just going to glow. All righto. Enjoy. Happy new moon.